Hi everyone, this is round one of a daily event, and we are going to choose to play first. Alright, yeah, we have great mana, Ponder, Mana Leak, yeah, we're definitely keeping. Basically any hand with a Ponder and a way to cast it on turn one, you're not mulliganing. Even if it's a one land hand, most of the time you're just keeping it with Delver. Yeah, like, this isn't great. We don't really know what he's playing at all. It's round one. But I really like having access to the second Ponder after Snapcastering one is really likely. So we're just going to keep this, get the land last and the snag first. Pass the turn. And now we can see what we're up against. Cavern, that sucks since we have a mana leak. Human, probably. Alright, no idea. Probably, I would assume he's playing some version of Pod. Since he went turn one Cavern, we could Ponder again, but I still think leaving mana leak up is better. Yeah, I don't think there's a reason to just pass or to cast Ponder this early. Like, we already know the next card, and we're fine drawing another land. Okay, he's actually playing humans. I don't have any experience against this. I'm not gonna Snapcaster in response, obviously. I mean, I do have experience playing against this deck, but it's a much older version of the deck, so it's not really useful. I think the deck's changed a lot since then. Cavern being the the best change, I would say. So we're gonna Ponder, and yeah, this is just not what we're looking for. It's shuffling automatically. That's much better already. Yeah, so we're just gonna pass. If he attacks into this without playing anything, we're snap blocking, obviously. I mean, we do have the ability to blink it with Restoration Angel and get a bunch of value, but we'll probably find something with a Ponder to get additional value out of our Restoration Angels anyway. Now that he's played this, yeah, jump blocking is bad, obviously. Yeah, this Cavern's really annoying. If he didn't have a Cavern, like, we'd just be in such better shape. Yeah, I think, let's see, if we get this out we can block. No, I think it's better to just Ponder and hope to hit a Blade Splicer, because Blade Splicer will just make this so much better for us. Alright, so there's no Blade Splicer. Yeah, this just really don't do anything. We're just shuffling. Hopefully you hit a Blade Splicer. Like, a lot of people play Ponder just weird and they'll just keep anything. I think it's just a lot more important to just shuffle away things that don't give you a solid game plan against what you're seeing. That being said, based on what we have and what we've seen, it looks very awkward since we're just going to end up taking a whole lot more damage. But we're just going to Vapor Snag this guy and get in our 2, and he's probably just going to recast it and get in his 4. And like, our Mana Leak has no shot of being cast since this is in play, obviously, and we're not going to bounce this and let him cast the cheaper thing and attack with the Paladin. Like, yeah, I mean, it just would have given him access to more mana this turn and resulted in the same thing. Like, we can't Mana Leak it because it would have been he would have had Cavern anyway. Yeah, definitely don't like the way this game's going, but I mean, not much we could have done, honestly. Yeah, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to attack. He's probably going to block, but if he does, we're just going to blink it anyway. So there's no reason to not attack, so he just took 2 damage for absolutely no reason. Like, so why not risk it? Okay, so he shocks, even better. Like, I'll blink. Like, if you have shock, there's like absolutely no reason not to block. Yeah, I think it's just we have to cast Vapor Snag. I would rather not, but I don't feel like we have an option. Alright, yes. Soul Bonds of Faith. I did not see that coming, I'm gonna be honest. I guess he could have had O-Ring. It seems like he's playing a block deck or just a really bad Boros deck. I I really don't know what to say. Yeah, we can't. Restoration Angel can't blink another angel, so we can't even undo that. We could blink it, or we could Vapor Snag it and take one to do that, but I really don't see that being good. Yeah, we're definitely just gonna attack, see if he takes it again, or doesn't block again, rather. He didn't take it, he's shocked. Yeah, I think we're just gonna Vapor Snag this, and then trade with that. And I'm just gonna Thought Scour myself. And a link. And we're just gonna pass the turn. Planning on playing Restoration Angel in return, just get a threat on the board, or if he plays that, we'll have to respond by casting it. Just really awkward Mana Link versus Grand Abolisher with Cavern. Just an absolutely dead card. Thalia, yeah, we're definitely boarding Mana Link out versus this guy. It's way too dead, way too often. Luckily, I mean, if this is all he has no way to get past this Restoration Angel, so, like, I guess he could just, if he has anything, he will be able to, like, but, see, I'm gonna play this on Giant, because it really doesn't matter what we play it on, and there's no Giants in our deck, just give him Disinformation, which is a play that I haven't seen anyone else do, which is really, really weird to me, because it's just like, especially on Magic Online, because it's just like, if he's paying attention at all, he's going to be like, oh my god, he has this card in his deck. This is kind of a weird attack he's making, but I'm just going to block. That was to get into damage. Even so, like, yeah, that's just a weird play. Yeah, Ponder. And pay one more. Is that Tail Story? Well, yeah, because we still couldn't cast 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, we could have. Yeah, we should have not tapped that. It kind of makes our story unbelievable. Okay, so yeah, this is really good. We're gonna get the Blade Splicer and cast it. Probably tap a white mana. And then next turn we're drawing Vapor Snag, and we Vapor Snag the one that's bonded and blink the Blade Splicer again, and we'll just be in really good position. As far as attacking this turn, let's see. We have really good blocks. If he draws like a Hell Rider, we can block it, block this, take... Yeah, that's bad. So there's no reason to just lose to a top decked Hell Rider. Or no, we can't even cast it. You can't cast Hell Rider. Do we lose? If he has the 4/2 guy, does that matter? No, we're probably just dead to that anyway. We could block it, block this, and take 6, because we won't be able to block these. Yeah, so we can't play around that one. So yeah, we'll just attack. And yeah, I'm gonna play this one. I'm gonna play it on Human. There's no reason to play it on Giant as well. We could play it like on Sphinx too, but like that's kind of I don't know if he's gonna buy into that. He might catch on to our lie, I feel, if we say Sphinx. 4, 5, 6, 7. Fireball? for 6, except you can't because of this, so it's 1 too little. I mean, yeah, not going to be Fireball, obviously. It's going to be the flashback one, but maybe he's realizing that he's 1 short because of Thalia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, he'd still kill us because he could just attack. We can't play spells. Maybe he's gonna attack first. If he attacks first, there's nothing we can do, unfortunately. Yeah, I still, even if he does end up killing us with Fireball, I think we have to attack. Like, we don't even really have a way of knowing that he's playing that card in his deck, and we just need to start dealing him damage while we can. Like, okay, yeah, that's a problem. Uncounterable Mikaeus. Yeah, Mikaeus has actually been making a pretty reasonable number of appearances in Constructed lately. Like, Kibler's playing it in his Naya deck and having a lot of success with it. It's really good with the green-white put a counter on everything land, because it lets you basically do that twice a turn. So even if you just have like 2 Blade Splicers, all of a sudden you just have like 3 3s, 5 5s. Like, it's really, really fast. Yeah, like, I think our plan doesn't change at all. Like, there's not much we can do differently. This at least gives us a lot of flying and a lot of blockers for next turn, and a lot of first striking blockers. Like, he can't attack with Mikaeus, so we can just first strike it to death. I mean, knowing that we're drawing land next turn, we're gonna be in a rough spot. Like, we'll have to see what he draws before we formulate much of a plan. Like, we don't even have him dead. Yeah, it's not irrelevant. That kills. We lose first strike. That's bad. Alright. So, yeah, he still can't attack favorably. Like, I guess I would much want him to attack. If he attacks with everything this turn, that is great for us. If he attacks with anything this turn, it's great for us. Like, that being said, next turn, if he doesn't attack, we're in a bad spot. We can't attack, and we're drawing a land. I don't even know. Like, we're gonna hope to draw a Snapcaster Mage into something after that. Like, yeah, we just definitely can't attack. Like, they'll all be 1 bigger. We'll deal 3. Does that even matter? Like, then again, I don't know if we can afford not to attack. Having this out, like, we can't even bluff that we have something that's relevant. It's really bad. Yeah, we're just passing. Like, the fact that he has lifelink on these is just even worse. We really needed to have first strike. He attacks with this, or everything, huh? Okay, how do we do this? Yeah, attackers. I think we like this attack too. We trade and double block here. Maybe we just take 3. I don't know. I think this is actually more important to kill. Yeah, Thalia is actually... He's a better attacker, but I think it's more important that we get this off the board. And I'm going to block with the Golem instead. The way this game played out, that Moorland Hut that we shuffled away would have been pretty reasonable. Just having those flyers would have been pretty good. And yeah, we're at 1. This is not a good spot. Mana leak. Yeah, that doesn't help. Well, we obviously can't attack, can't win. Just a bad spot. Yeah, we're just dead. But No reason to concede. We're just gonna play it out. Maybe he'll give us some more information. I'm gonna mana link this to see what he does. Kind of a scrub test. Alright, he's gonna pay for it. It's or at least consider paying for it. No, he's gonna pay. That's really awesome. I mean, this kind of just makes me happy because it just kind of shows the level of skill he's on. It's like, read your card, dude. Just let this resolve. It'll be fine. Alright, maybe he figured it out. No, he just thinks it's getting countered. He doesn't have 3 mana this time. Alright, well, hopefully we can get the next game. Let's see. He's just attacking with this as a double striker most likely, so we block. No, I'm just gonna concede. There's just no reason to keep going. People don't want to watch this, right? Alright, for sideboarding, well, I really think these mana links are just bad, so I'm just taking them all out. For boarding in, I'm boarding in Daze and this Plains. I'm gonna take out an island. And probably take out a probe. And we could board in Timelies. Hero seems pretty reasonable. And also, it's possible that we want Divine Offering. The reason I'm not going to board in this Divine Offering is because he didn't have... to me it seemed like he mostly had a block deck and then just adjusted it very little. The block deck that Paul Ritzel had a lot of success with at the Pro Tour and the GP, and I don't think he changed it very much. I really don't think he added Sword of War and Peace. If I did, I would board this in, but I really don't think he did. And part of that is based on like just Sword of War and Peace costs 45 tickets. I don't think this guy has that card. That might seem like a weird thing to consider or think about, but like it's a real consideration because I think that's the actual truth that's happening right now. So yeah, this is how I'm gonna sideboard. Timelies, it's possible. Yeah, maybe I should bring in Timelies. I think he has Hellriders, and if he does, Hellriders plus the 2/2 double strike guy can just. I really want this time to find Day of Judgment, and yeah, maybe Image just isn't what I want as much. Yeah, I like this configuration. I think. In fact, maybe I'll bring this in for an Image as well. Yeah, I like this. Alright, so we're gonna play. Yeah, I think we're gonna keep this hand mostly on the strength of Blade Splicer. The 2 Phyrexian mana spells will probably be strong as well, and Vapor Snag buy us some time if we needed to. So no, we're not mulliganing. And pass the turn. If he has a turn 1 champion, we won't gut shot it immediately. We'll draw our card because why would you gut shot it immediately? Just get free information. Even though, you know, sure, we are like 100% sure that we're gonna cast his gut shot on this champion, but what if he has give it +2/+2 and we draw another gut shot? Like, there's just, you know, there are reasons to wait. Yeah, so we're gonna cast the gut shot. And pass the turn. Yeah, now we're gonna cast Timely before we cast Blade Splicer. He's always gonna have a guy. We're always gonna cast Timely. Because of this, yeah, I really think I am just gonna dismember this, which it's really bad because we can't cast Timely next turn because of Ballet being in play, and we don't want to cast Timely after dismembering this. So it's not worth dismembering for that reason. We're just going to untap and cast Blade Splicer, which is kind of awkward. Well, that's really good draw. We're going to say Human again. or we're gonna say human because we have the double white human in our deck. Like, I really think Blade Splicer is much better than Geist. Like, look at this. Versus, if we had a Geist right now, we would just be in a really bad shape. Like, having the second one, like, that'd be a terrible draw as well. Like, we may have even boarded them out if we were playing Geist. But Blade Splicer is just the all-star in all the matchups. I've never boarded it out in any matchup. It's just way too strong. It's 4 power for 3 mana instead of, 6 possible with like the hexproof ability. Obviously not irrelevant on Geist. Like, Geist is very good when it's good. It's very good versus it's very good when you're winning. If you're playing the Yu style and you just have a million ways to get their blocker out of the way, sure. Like, we actually would in this draw. Like, we have ways to get his blockers out of the way. We could get in 6 damage like one time, but then where would we be? Like, if we drew a Snapcaster or something, we could maybe get it in twice. Like, this way, we have the offensive. We have great defense. He can't attack into this Golem. Yeah, that's a much better dismember target. He can't attack into this Golem, and he can't block it. Like, we're just in great shape. That makes dismembering it just to start a lot better. Like, I don't want it to get, if it gets 1 counter, now it can trade with a Golem, which is just really bad for us. We just really don't want that to happen. So, like, that's why I want to dismember immediately, but I was having trouble in my mind, like, finding justification for casting dismember over just casting Blade Splicer. But now that we have the Delver on top of that, it's just way more easy to justify. And yeah, so we're just gonna dismember here. We're gonna cast Delver off of Cavern in case, just for some reason, he has mental missteps in his deck, which, sure, not impossible. No reason to give him value. I mean, sure, he like very obviously would have mental misstep the gut shot on the champion, but he could have drawn it since. Yeah, we're just gonna take the 4 here. No, we won't reveal that, but we will cast it. How about that? Uncounterable even. And yeah, I think we can definitely get an attack in. We have enough back on defense that if things go wrong for our Golem that's back on D, we'll very easily be able to just chump block with Blade Splicer or the Delver. Most likely the Blade Splicer, since we have so many anyway. Yeah, I probably should have attacked before I played that, but I mean, I definitely should have, obviously. Like, but I don't think he's blocking either way. If he didn't block this way, he's definitely not blocking the other way. So, what are some bad cards for us that he could cast? Like, I really can't think of many other than just removing this Golem from play, like with maybe a Shatter or Disenchant effect, or a Fiend Hunter would be the worst cards for us to see out of him. That guy's largely irrelevant. Couple of lifelink guys. Alright. Yeah, it'll be really good for us if we can flip a Delver. Obviously, if we can't, on our turn we're just gonna serve back with, yeah, probably both Golems, and depending on what we draw. If he's attacking, we will trade with this guy. He could first strike and then shock. He's playing shock in his deck, like actual shock. It's really weird that he's playing shock when you could just play Galvanic. Blast, which is strictly better, and Pillar, which is most likely better. Alright, that's awkward, man. It's not a trade. No, we won't. Now, yeah, we're definitely getting in with both golems now. Like, not a question. Yeah, I mean, the card Delver of Secrets, like, the big uproar that was going on, like, the weeks prior to the announcement of the banning, about banning this card or Ponder or one of the cards in this deck, like, I'm really glad that they didn't do it. Like, it seems really, really unjustified. Like, the strong decks in the format, I'm really glad that this is already bonded, because that would actually, well, it wouldn't be that bad, I guess. We could just trade, but as it is, he can't attack at all, and he can't block. Not well, anyway. Like, yeah, this isn't gonna work out for you, man. Like, you just watched what happens. Like, did you draw Shock this time? No? Alright, that's in the graveyard now. I don't know what to say. Do we Vapor Snag into turn? We Vapor Snag this? Is he dead on board? Yeah, he just very easily is. So if that's out of play, these aren't paired, you're dead. I will show you anything. Yeah. Yeah, very dead. Alright. So yeah, that game went a lot better. Blade Splicer is a great card. Great in multiples. The timelies were a little lackluster, so yeah, maybe the images are good just for killing. Their ability to kill Thalia. Yeah, I think I like this better. On the draw, like, if you didn't have Thalia, this would actually be quite good. Like, I don't know, I kind of still want access to it. Maybe I'll just play one, just to have the out of drawing it if I really need to dig for it. Which, like, is a much more common thing nowadays. Like, the article Jerry T wrote recently about, like, Magic back in, like, the early 2000s as it compared to today. Like, back then it was like, yeah, you just play 4 of everything, and now, like, this deck actually does play a lot of 4-ofs, but it still, like, has a lot of 1-ofs in the sideboard, and just the ability to have 4 Ponders with Snapcaster Mage and then these other cantrips, like, gives it the ability to play, like, a lot of 1-ofs, and then even the green decks, like, will play a lot of 1-ofs. Yeah, this hand, yeah, I'm pretty big fan of this hand. It could go bad, but having the gut shots early, I mean, that's when you want them, right? Like, just give you a huge tempo advantage. They allow you to take back the play. Like, if he goes turn 1 champion, he's like, oh, I'm feeling great about my hand, and then we're going to be, oh, yeah, I'll gut shot that, I'll play a Delver. Like, go, good luck. Like, puts us in great shape. Like, if he doesn't have it, he has plenty of 1 toughness guys, and even just being able to cast 2 of them and kill the double strike guy, like, and take advantage of that in combat is going to be huge as well. But I don't anticipate that happening. Like, he has an incredibly large number of 1 toughness guys in his deck between Thalia. Okay, that guy's dead. It's kind of funny. I mean, whatever. Shock gets the job done. It's not terrible. It's just funny to see when there are strictly better options available. And yeah, we're just going to fire that Ponder off immediately. And we're going to cast this Delver, and we're going to flip it if he doesn't die. So yeah, just important to remember the cards you're drawing. The cards are Ponder and then Cavern of Souls. It's possible that after we reveal the Ponder that we will Thought Scour away the Cavern, because we don't really have a use for it. And this is going to be quite awesome. We are going to go ahead, reveal this Ponder, copy this guy, and get a Double Striker. And if we want to, we can also just kill his. We have it all and he doesn't have anything. So he should not be very happy about this. I mean, we're definitely going to wait to cast our gut shots, because if he just attacks into our guy, and yeah, we're not going to ponder, because I think thought scouring away this cavern is great. Like, we definitely just don't need a cavern with this hand and this draw, this plan. Like, look at our position. Yeah, I mean, this combust sucks, but there's obviously nothing I could do about it. Can't be countered. Okay, I will not counter it. From this spot, I'm gonna cast Thought Scour and see what happens. I mean, obviously, either gonna gut shot this or double gut shot this. This is the bigger problem. Like, it'll provide him a much faster clock, but it's obviously, if we kill it that way, we get 2 for 1, which is bad. So we have Timely. Okay, yeah, that makes me want, like, okay, if I let him gain life, how dumb is this? Yeah, I don't think I need to let him gain life. If I just take the 2 and then I gut shot, if I let him gain 2 life, he gains 2. No, if I let him gain 2, the double strike will have happened, so I'll take 2 extra. Yeah, I don't like that at all. So, yeah, I'm just gonna do this. I'll probably just cast this for dudes. Maybe it's possible I should have just double gut shot at this. Alright, now drawing that, we're definitely casting Ponder before we do anything else. Oh, this is just awesome. Okay. Casting this just for dude seems terrible when we have Dismember, so I'm gonna go bottom, definitely just like that. Cast this. We're just not gonna cast this, we're just gonna Dismember this guy, but we're obviously gonna wait to do it. No reason to give him the extra information. Okay. Yeah, this guy doesn't do much. Yeah, I mean, if we would have cast this, it would have actually done nothing. We literally 3 mana discard it, so we were never casting that. Don't say Dismember. If your guys have protection for Dismember, then I can't Dismember them. So, okay, yeah, that's not what the card does. Chosen card is Golem. Okay, so now that you've said Golem, I think I'm just gonna Dismember this now. It allows us to block this with Angel next turn, which is just awesome. Yes, okay. We're gonna draw Angel next turn. We're just gonna attack immediately and pass the turn. Or looking to just obviously flash this in, not blinking this, because then we'd have to reflip it. And I mean, we could do that because we're drawing Vapor Snag, but there's no reason to give it 1 toughness in case he does have, you know, gut shots on top of his shocks and combusts. It will kind of suck if he has a combust, because he'll be able to kill this. It will really suck if he has another one of these and just names Angel, which, you know, we can't really do anything about. Like, if he does it, he does it. Yeah, okay. You can't, like, we can respond to this and, okay. So we can respond to the spell, obviously, and gut shot this guy, or we can allow it to resolve, and we can respond to pairing, and or we can allow it to resolve. He will either, or no, what we're going to do is we're going to see how he stacks it. If he stacks it like this incorrectly, then he's going to choose to pair these, and then we're going to allow that to resolve, and he won't be able to attack with this guy because we want to block this guy anyway. So we're going to kill this before this ability resolves, and then now he won't be able to attack with this creature. And he will still attack with this, and we will block it with our angel, and we'll be in great position to win this game. Because we'll even have Vapor Snag to get rid of your next play. So yeah, he's functionally at 1 life. We have a completely dead card in our hand. Alright, one card. What could he have that we would lose to? If he casts like Geist Honored Monk and gave it haste, no, we'd beat that. I can't think of a card other than it being his draw step and him Miracling Bonfire. Yeah, that's not going to do it. In fact, I'm just going to Vapor Snag that with the ability on the stack. Just speed this up. Yeah, so we got this. Easy game. Yeah, we had a pretty good draw, I think, versus him. Couple of Delvers early is really strong with the Phyrexian mana spells that we actually didn't take the synergy between the Phyrexian mana spells and the timely reinforcements. I've really wanted to build a deck that kind of just he's talking some trash to us. I was gonna give him a nice reply or whatever. Yeah, like as I was saying, the synergies between the Phyrexian mana spells and timely reinforcements, like I've really wanted to build a deck that kind of takes more advantage of this, but I didn't have to because Gainsay online has kind of already done everything in his power to take advantage, or to make blue-white like type control that doesn't win by Alright, this guy is perhaps one of the most rude people I've ever encountered online. Anyway, it's not a big deal. He's, you're gonna encounter people like this all the time. It's whatever. Like, this is approaching the point that I think you should actually report him, because like this is beyond unsportsmanlike. Like I didn't do anything in the game that I felt like was unsportsmanlike. It's kind of sad to see behavior like that, but whatever. What can you do? Like I can take the time to report him, but it's like unless a large number of people take the time to do that, like this isn't behavior that we want in our community. I think we can all agree on that. Like, yes, variance is part of the game. The fact that there are quote-unquote best decks that are designed by really strong players. Like my deck isn't even a straight net deck. I'm playing Blade Splicer over Geist. Like that's like the only, and I'm also playing the Phantasmal Images over the Blades or whatever. Like, not to defend net decking because there's obviously not a reason to, but it's like this. He's obviously like more of a casual player, and he has this. He looks down on people who just build net decks or whatever, and that's fine, but just be a reasonable human being when you're interacting with other people. You don't have to curse them. Like, if you could say something like this, and like I would never take it seriously or whatever, but the fact that you're just cursing at another human being, and it's the internet so you can get away with it, like, doesn't make it right. Anyway, I kind of rambled on there at the end about you know, not something more than magic. Anyway, so yeah, we won that one, and I'll see you in round 2. Hello everyone, welcome back for round 2. Alright. We won the die roll, we're going to play first, and yeah, this hand is just not what we're looking for. We're playing against Johnny Hot Sauce. I actually don't know who this player is in real life, like I don't know what his name is. I do know that he's a pretty solid player. I think he's been playing Nyapod lately, and that's one of the stronger decks in the format. I don't think we can keep this hand. Like, it's just way too many lands already, and if this were a Blade Splicer, I would consider keeping, but just these two, I really don't think we can warrant keeping this hand. Not versus this deck. So yeah, we're gonna mulligan. And this hand is... yeah, unfortunately, this hand's not very good, but I really don't think we can afford to mulligan it either. We're just gonna kind of have to hope that there's a blue source in the top 2 cards of our deck, and you know, it's really not what you want. I don't think going to 5 is the answer. Like, hopefully we can just get lucky. Like, if we play this on turn 1 and flip it, and then we probe and we find a blue mana, like, we can find ourselves in really good shape. Whereas like 5 cards is just probably not going to do it. Like, if he mulligans, like if he mulligans, let's see. Even if he mulligans, I think we're keeping this hand. Like, it's really unfortunate that this is a cavern. Like, obviously we'd prefer Seacrum Coast or Island, but the fact that we have the probe, like, the probe I think makes this a keep. The ability to turn 1 Delver, like, Nyapod doesn't have many answers to turn 1 Delver. Like, if he's they could play a Bonfire or a quick Restoration Angel to block it, and I think they might be playing a couple of Dismembers. Like, other than that, the majority of the time their answer is going to be to try and race it, which, if we don't find a blue source quick enough, then he's going to have an easy job of racing set out for him. Plus, we could just not flip it. Like, it's Delver, right? It's a very high variance card, and well, it seems like he's not here yet, so not really much more I can say about this hand. I'm just gonna pause it.